primetime Poulton, keep it entertaining. You already know it. Outworking everybody and he don't ever quit. Talking about plenty comics like Graveyard Shift, Sea Dogs, Viking Wolf, U.S. Assassin, doing just what he loves. This is his passion. Bring more value to your dollar. No, I'm not fronting. That's how just a writer became a moral compass. This is primetime Poulton. This is primetime Poulton. Let's go.
The King of Kings. On your knees, dog. All hail. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Grinned red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinking in blood, he tasted his grin, and it tasted good. The king took his head, left him broken and dead. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Left none living, unable to tell. The king took their heads and he sent them to hell. Their screams echo loud in the place of their death. Ripped open they die with their final breath. They hail the King of Kings. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Bow down to the king. Into the dirt. His will be done. Now feel your fear. There can be only one. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down to the. Bow down. Bow down to the king. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. Bow down. The king is here. Now feel your fear. The King of Kings. All hail the king. On your knees to the king. The King of Kings. There is only one.
What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. It's the Moral Compass, good old TMC, the Fulfillment King, Poppy. This is the Writhe Payne Horror Movie Club, episode 45. Today we're talking midnight screening. Joining me, got Dexter Weeks in the house. What's up, Dex?
What's going on? Sorry, my cat's like on my
I was wondering, I thought you had a feather duster or something going across the screen. No, it's a cat's tail.
Yeah. I guess
we got a run-in.
Yeah, he's ready to check out the show, I guess.
Awesome, man. Happy to have them part of the show. Maybe we need a mascot.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, he's a good puss.
Dex, so that they call me TMC. You know what that stands for?
The Moral Compass.
Not this week. That man in Chicago. I just got back from C2E2. I had an incredible time. They may have canceled our booth, but they didn't cancel our spirits. We had a fantastic time. Had the fan meetup Saturday night. I want to say over 40 people showed up before I did my Irish goodbye. But I had a great time meeting everyone, signing their Graveyard Shift books, and seeing a few familiar faces. I got to see from our chat Eddie Winkler. He stopped by, so it was great to see him. Got a little news on Sovereign Wolf 2, his upcoming book. So happy about that. Got to meet Ryan Blue Thunder from the chat, and a lot of other people. Man, I don't know. Sean, Chris, they tell me, even you say, don't sell yourself short, Mark. Everyone knows who you are. I never think that. I'm like, no one knows who I am. But
you gotta be humble, Mark. You know,
walking through C2E2, someone shouted Mark Poulton, and they wanted a fist bump from me, and I was like, nice. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. And then when I showed up at the fan meetup, I was greeted with a lot of yo, Mark Poulton, love your work, this and that. So it made me feel good. I was like, oh, people actually do know who I am. So
yeah, that's pretty sweet.
But Missy and we arrived Thursday morning in Detroit. We got in around 7:30. John Malin, a little late picking us up because he forgot stuff and had to head back home and then come get us. He told me, I said, hey, you bringing anything? And he was like, I'm not bringing anything. Maybe a marker to sign some stuff. Right. And I was like, okay, I'm not bringing anything either. He lied to me. He brought trading cards to give to everyone. Tried to one-up me. So that was a power play by John Malin. I'll remember next time, John.
You didn't bring any books or anything with you? Or?
No, just I traveled late. Originally, I was going to do Comic-Con exclusive books, having issues with the printer, and I haven't heard back from him in over a month. So I don't know where I stand with those books. I would still like them because I plan on doing more conventions. I mean, come on, I'm the writer of soon to be major motion picture Evangeline, man. I got to start making some appearances.
Yeah, I saw there was some drama with that too, or something. So.
Oh, is it with the Kickstarter?
Yeah, it's always drama. Yeah.
Yeah, but man, John picked us up in Detroit. We did I don't know, maybe a 3-4 hour drive to Chicago.
Oh wow!
Got our rooms and then headed over to Wrigley Field. Just me, John, and Missy. Watched the game. Beautiful weather. That checked off a bucket list item for me, going to Wrigley Field.
Who were they playing?
They were playing the Astros.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and the Cubs won, so we got to see a Cubs victory. And John Malin. I'm not a drinker, Dex, but John didn't get that memo. He bought me 3 drinks, and I'm a plate drinker. If you buy me a drink, I'm going to try to finish it. So
sure.
Afterwards, we went back to the hotel. We crashed for a bit until Shane Davis showed up, and then we did a little live streaming from the bar area. I joined in a little bit. But the people are there to see John and Shane. So
people were peppering your name around. So
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Then Sunday, we headed to the Comic-Con. John was told if he was on premises, he would be escorted off.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He showed up in he cosplayed. He wore his infamous wolf mask, and he was like, "Mark, if you don't mind, could you just follow me around with a camera for 45 minutes in case he was escorted and detained? Right. He wanted it caught on film." So I just followed John walking around Artist Alley in his wolf mask, talking to the artists. It was funny stuff. I have all the footage. I'm going to edit together a little movie, make my director's debut, and release an American Magellan in Chicago. And
that'll be great.
After 45 minutes, he was like, "See, no one cares that I'm here. It wouldn't have been an issue if I had shown up." He was like, "Mark, Missy, go off, have fun at the convention. I'll see you later." And he walked around the convention, but he started live streaming as he walked around without his mask. And someone was watching.
Really?
Yep, because security tracked him down and detained him live on screen.
Wow.
And they held him for about 30 minutes until they decided, you know what? You're not actually doing anything wrong. You're not hurting anyone. You can stay. So, John gets a victory this weekend. He got to stay at Chicago. And then Shane showed up in his Mage persona. Have you ever seen Mage, Davis?
I don't think so, no.
Kind of Tiger King-esque.
Yeah.
Mullet, cowboy hat, sunglasses. He's a character, man.
And I love how they cosplayed into the show. That's awesome.
So he and John, they had a good time, it looks like, at the convention. Missy and I had a good time. You want to see what I got at the convention?
Yeah, fire it up.
All right. So I walked around Artist Alley. I was a little disappointed. I'm always looking to discover like new books or something to get excited about.
Yeah.
Just a lot of fan art. A lot of mainstream artists selling, copies of their books, which is cool, but I don't know. I'm not much of a Marvel DC fan anymore. I did find a few gems. I found this Foot Fist Frankenstein. It's about a martial arts Frankenstein trained by monks, and it's very Frank Miller-esque artwork. Some of the art's a little, I don't know, not ready for, mainstream. But overall, I really dig it. And nice little hardcover, about the same size as a Haunted Pizza Tree. So I thought it was cool. I bought this. I saw Tim Seeley in Artist Alley, and he had copies of Hack Slash Kill Your Idols. So this is Hack Slash team up with a bunch of 90s image characters like Shadowhawk, Bloodstrike, Super Patriot. So I got this as well. And then there's a new Dick Tracy comic book. There wasn't a lot of publishers there, like big publishers, but Mad Cave was there, and they were selling Dick Tracy #1. So I picked up a copy. Enrico and I have been talking about watching Dick Tracy at some point and doing like a review of it. Can you believe I never saw the Warren Beatty Dick Tracy movie?
Oh,
no.
It's great for checking out.
Yeah. And then
characters in it.
Then at the Fan Fest, John had the exclusive trading cards to give people who showed up. He gave me 2. So it's almost like a slap in the face. Like, I showed up with nothing. So I feel next time he says he's not bringing anything, I'm bringing in like books, brand new books.
Yeah, really.
To one up him. There's always the bootleg Lego guys. Oh, yeah. I got a movie version of Hawkman from Black Adam for my little Hawkman collection.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we did a little sightseeing, and we found a horror themed coffee shop. And next door there was a vinyl store. I got the Monster Squad soundtrack, 3 discs. Can't wait to open it up. And one last thing, I collect signed G.I. Joe classified figures. And I took my Duke and my Snake Eyes there Duke I took because the voice actor Steve Blum was there, and he voiced Duke in G.I. Joe Resolute.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to get him to sign it. And I was like, I don't think there'll be a long line at all for him. I was in the line twice for over an hour each time and never moved.
Yeah, he does Star Wars too. I met him.
Yeah. Apparently this guy's in the Guinness World Records for most voice acting credits.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
Man, I had no idea. I was completely wrong. So I didn't get to meet him and get my figure signed. I was like, I brought this Duke figure. I want to get it signed. Tim Seeley, who was the artist of the Image G.I. Joe run, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I do get some comic creators to sign my G.I. Joe figure. So he signed it, and he signed it real small up in the corner. So if I ever do meet Steve, I can get him to sign it real big across the center.
Oh, that's cool.
And then this is like the big thing I was going for. Like I said, I love the Image G.I. Joe run, and that was published and written by Josh Blaylock. Josh was there, and nice. He signed my Snake Eyes. So I have the movie Snake Eyes signed by Larry Hama, legendary writer of the Marvel run, still writing G.I. Joe today. But then I have Josh Blaylock, the writer of the Image Devil's Due run.
Cool.
And I haven't even seen this figure in stores. He had the Kamakura classified figure. He created Kamakura during his run. He's one of Snake Eyes' ninjas. And I wasn't sold on it because, Hasbro for a while changed their boxes to not have the clear plastic window. They made the solid, so you can't even see the toy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not collecting these. You can't even see the toy. But he had it, and he was like, I'm doing remarks on them. And I was like, oh, so I'll have a sketch on it. That's pretty awesome. So I don't know if you can see it, but down in the corner, he drew Kamakura, and then on the side, he sketched Snake Eyes for me.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, I really love this. It might be my favorite signed figure I have.
Yeah.
And then he also gave me this G.I. Joe print that he drew that I'll hang up in next to my collection. So
cool, man.
Yeah, man. It was a fun weekend. We didn't have a booth, but man, it was just it was a little vacation. We did a tour of Chicago, a mob tour. We saw where John Dillinger was killed. We saw where the tunnels were, where they transported alcohol illegally.
Right.
It's now Harry Carey's restaurant. And I was more excited to see Harry Carey's restaurant because they had all this baseball memorabilia in it.
Right.
And they had a reminder of the worst trade in Phillies history. They had Ryne Sandberg's Phillies jersey when they traded him for as an add-in for a trade for Avon de Jesus, if you remember him.
Absolutely.
So man, it was such a great time. I can't wait
how was the foot traffic at the show? Was there a lot of people?
It was pretty good. So Friday it was pretty slow. Which it was just fine. I understand. But Saturday, man, it was pretty packed. They had this big cattle, cattle call thing you had to walk through just to go through security. On Saturday, they were checking badges too, which is, I don't know, not individually, but they were like, hold your badges up.
Right.
So I don't know. We got in quick though. And we had a good time. We saw the Rick and Morty panel, so we got to see the cast and the new actors that voice Rick and Morty. So it was a good time, man.
Dan Stevens was there?
No, it was it was the two new guys that play Rick and Morty. It was the woman who voices Summer, and Chris Parnell was there, who does the voice of Jerry.
Oh, cool! That's awesome.
And man, we're 20 minutes in the show. I haven't even said hello to the chat. Shocker, first one in. That's because she wants to, express her hatred of this film.
Oh, Ricky.
The chat, Amanda B. She is not happy. Luckily, it's not my fault. Mark Penguin, he picked the movie, and she says that was 50 minutes I can never get back. Ouch. He says, yes, I cut out before the last 20 minutes. It was time to cut my losses. And that, missed who the killer was. Come on.
Yeah, the big reveal, man.
Yeah.
Big reveal.
By the way, we got 36 people watching on X and YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you haven't. Mark Penguin says, Amanda B hates independent cinema. Yeah, she does. She expresses it every week how she hates it. Although I don't know, I think she did like Rocktopusy. Speaking of Rocktopusy, the director followed me on Instagram.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I believe the director is the husband of the star of Rocktopusy. So
wow, maybe we can get him on here, Mark. What do you think?
that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah.
I did a little digging into they work together a lot, right. the husband and wife, and they have a 5-episode TV series on Tubi called Dark Rising. It's a little more sci-fi, but I don't know. I think we might have to watch it. Yeah. Amanda B says Mark just likes boring reality TV. Mike McMahon says bow down to the king. Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
The Fulfillment King, fulfillment update. People aren't happy with me over on X, Dex. I'm fulfilling the triple threat CG covers, Godlike, Inglorious Rex, Cyberfrog. Put them together, they form one incredible image. People are upset because they're getting the Godlike variant before they get the actual Godlike book because I'm so great at fulfillment.
Yeah, right.
I want to say I'm sorry. I told Amanda B, I'm sorry, I'll slow down. That's a lie. I'm not slowing down. I sent 4 more cases of books to the post office today. So
there you go. On to the next one, Mark.
Yeah.
The next one.
We're gonna be done fulfillment end of the week. That's my goal. Mark Penguin, hashtag haters gonna hate. Yep. Let's see. Where else are we? Missy Duran in the chat. Hey, yes, chat, C2E2 was so much fun. I loved Mange. Oh, she's a fan of Mange Davis. She got a selfie with him. She loves John, too. She finds John adorable. John, who doesn't venture out of his house. Things like Uber and restaurants confuse him. He doesn't understand how they work.
I'm right with him, Mark. I'm not big on that either. So.
Wait a minute. You order your food up at the counter? Yeah, there's restaurants just like that, John. Everyone's saying hello to Missy. Mark Penguin, Shane Davis said he thought you were Patrick Gleason. Yeah. I've never seen Patrick Gleason, but apparently he's a handsome devil.
There you go.
Shane Dave. So when Shane showed up, well, when we, we're waiting on Shane. Shane sends John a text, meet me in the lobby. So we're off in they have a little seating area off to the side of the lobby. John was like, meet us in the lobby. We're already here. He's like, this is some power move by Shane. We're not moving. He needs to come to us. All weekend, just a bunch of power moves or perceived power moves by John between Shane and John. So poor Shane just walking around in circles in the lobby, wondering where we are. I'm waving to him, and he's like, "Why is Patrick Gleason, DC Comics artist? Why is Patrick Gleason waving at me? I didn't know we were friends."
That's hilarious.
Then he gets a little closer, and he realizes, "Oh, I think that's Mark Poulton."
Is he from around in the Chicago area or Shane?
No, Shane. I think Shane traveled from.
Traveled too?
Yeah. He had a flight in. He had a late flight, so he didn't make the baseball game. Amanda B says, Mark, how come you didn't prep TMC? Mark, I get all my information from Mark. So once I was, in the air, no way to communicate with Penguin to get my itinerary. So, yeah. Better luck. Let's do a better prep job next time, Mark Penguin. Get us all sorted out where we're supposed to meet. Drama on the omnibus. Is the drama that Marat Michaels is licensing it, the omnibus?
Yeah, I'm not 100%. I just saw a lot of people.
Because unfulfilled Kickstarter and Indiegogo for bringing.
That could be, yeah.
Yeah, but I have no worries that this is going to get fulfilled. Marat, almost as good as the Fulfillment King. Not there, I'll give the kid, a couple more years. He might be at my level, but he gets his books fulfilled.
Right.
And I've known Marat for a long time. I'm confident the Evangeline Omnibus is going to get done. I mean, all the work's done. These are books that were, 30 years ago were completed. So, you're going to get your omnibus. I think people are a little salty, though, because Rob has that Open Brigade campaign. But I get it. He licensed the character to Marat, whether it was a way for him to, circumvent or get around the issues of his unfulfilled campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to, I guess, you to decide. But
we got our Evangeline in there, Mark, somewhere in the.
Yeah. So Rob did say this is the first of many omnibuses. So, let's get that Mark Poulton, Owen, Jenny, Dexter Weeks run collected.
Let's go.
Fan favorite. Over 500,000 readers on KeenSpot. And speaking of the team of Mark Poulton, Owen, Jenny, and Dexter Weeks, over a decade ago, I got the Facebook reminder. We released the short story "#1 with a Bullet" about Elvis's, career as a federal agent for the U.S. government. He was, they made him a deputy agent to he could get inside and get the, find out where the kids are getting their drugs. And he stumbles upon a big alien conspiracy involving the Beatles. Owen and I, we wanted this to be an Image series, and Owen was just too busy, so we decided to make it a one-page story. The whole series.
It was an awesome page too, man.
Yeah, captured in one page. 11 panels. We were going through our Jack Kirby phase where we were let's do a lot of panels. So
right.
It was a good time, man.
It would have been great, Mark. It would have been great.
Yeah, man. Mark Penguin says, "I'm just one man." Yeah, cut him some slack, Amanda B. Amanda B says, "Too busy watching old home movies." Oh, the shots keep getting fired. Amanda B not happy with midnight screening. Amanda B, TMC is going to talk 50 minutes of Chicago and 3 minutes of the movie. That's all he'll need. Ouch. Maybe a half hour, and then we'll get into the movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Mark Rangan, oh my gosh. You know what? So I saw the Rick and Morty panel, and someone in this chat once said that I sound like what they think Morty would sound like when he's an adult. I do say, gee whiz, I get. No, I don't say gee whiz. I say like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a good call. I even hear it myself. Amanda B, it was bad, and the guilt tripping is kind of fun. Mark Penguin, the Wolfman has nards. Yeah, I got that soundtrack. I'm always happy when I can find something cool. Speaking of the fan,
I was gonna say, aren't the albums, aren't they in color too? I thought they were like colored or something.
Yeah, that's a cool thing they do. A lot of like clear and special like marble or swirl vinyls. I have a little vinyl collection. So yeah, I can't wait to open these up to see what they are. Got to meet Eddie Winkler in person at the Fan Fest. Hello. Thanks for stopping by Saturday, Eddie. It was great to finally meet in person. Amanda B. Hey, Eddie. Amanda B, I did want to back, but I want to do it at the end because Kickstarter. Yuck. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whenever you get your Evangeline, just make sure you get it before it ends. There's no in demand on Kickstarter. And Mark Penguin, hail Eddie Winkler. Eddie says, I will collect them all. Amanda B, glad you made it to the meetup. Me too. Great time meeting the guys. The Beatles or Beatles? The Beatles, capital B.
Right.
George, Ringo, Paul, John. Yeah, they're aliens in our little
Yeah.
story.
Good
Eddie
stuff.
says Kickstarter is fine. Making that stance. Amanda B says, take my money now. All right, that we're caught up on the chat. I think, unless you have any questions, I think I'm all caught up on Chicago too.
No, it sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah, can't wait for the next convention. Although, we're going to get together, the Haunted Pizza crew, this Saturday. Level Up Entertainment, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, your old stomping grounds, Dex.
That's where I grew up. It's my old haunts, man.
The legend returns. Homecoming for Dexter Weeks.
It always is, yeah.
We're going to have a couple tables. We're going to have me, you, Chase Poulton, Sean Aaron, Chris Graves, Enrico Botta, the whole crew from the Primetime Poulton channel, minus Mike McMahon. Mike, you need to move to New Jersey. And we'll be selling Koni Waves, Writhe Payne. I think there's some Type 1 preview books, U.S. Assassin, Sea Dog, Viking Wolf. All the books we'll have. We'll have some free prints and trading cards for all the fans. Come on out if you're in the area. Also, speaking of Mike McMahon, I want to thank John Malin. He shared Mike's GoFundMe. Mike's getting surgery for cancer coming up, and his wife is getting surgery as well. So they're both going to be laid up for a while. He has a GoFundMe. The goal is $5,000, but John shared the campaign. I think the night before our Chicago trip, raised a lot of money for Mike. So thank you, John, for doing that.
Yeah.
Mark or Amanda in the chat, if you could find the link to Mike's GoFundMe and post it, I appreciate it. Mike, if you're still here too, feel free to post the link as well. Yeah. The only links I have right now. This helps Mike as well. U.S. Assassin Volume 4, Dogs of War on GoFundMe. Guys, we're on GoFundMe, but when I was in Chicago, a lot of people were saying, "When's the Indiegogo coming?" We don't have an account for GoFundMe. We want Indiegogo. That's where we get our books. So Indiegogo is coming up probably this month. I have 2 variant covers by John Stinsman in the works. John Stinsman from Evangeline fame, the original series that's being collected in that first omnibus.
Right.
Also, the clerk at my very first comic shop, Heroes World in the Echelon Mall.
Classic.
The Echelon Mall now condemned, Dex, because of that fire.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. Yeah. Might be a little suspicious. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. That's the talk. A little suspicious.
Yeah.
But go sign up for the John Stinsman covers. We already showed off the U.S. Assassin one. He's working on another one of the legend Roddy Piper. So stay tuned to that, especially if you're a Roddy Piper fan. You see the great John Stinsman draw him. And while you're at it, go sign up for Writhe Payne Book 2. Chris Graves and I are going to launch that later this year. Chris is going to carve out like a couple months time and just draw the whole book then and there. So when we launch it, I'm thinking the whole book will be done.
Nice.
And Amanda B shared the link from Mike McMahon's GoFundMe. Any little bit helps. Even if you can't contribute, please share the donation page.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda B. All right, 35 minutes I talked. Let's talk midnight screening. We already know what Amanda B thinks. She hates it. Mark Penger's sticking up for it because sticking up for independent filmmaking, and this is independent filmmaking at ground floor. This is like, we have access to this movie theater.
Right.
Let's make a horror movie. And that's their whole budget. They had access to a movie theater.
Probably all their friends and all their, it's kind of like us, Mark, when we did School of Spirit,
Yeah. And you're going to find this as a shocker, Dex. I dug it. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. it's a little slow. Nothing happens for a long time, and this is where you get all the tropes about working in a movie theater.
Exactly.
People talking in a theater, can't stand it. People throwing their tickets on the floor. Why do we even collect tickets?
Right.
Or give them back. I'll just throw them on the floor myself. You know, this poor girl sweeping popcorn for what it seemed like the entire movie.
Yeah. I always thought, like, now I don't know about modern day theaters, but don't they have anything better than those little sweepy things? Because they never seem to pick up everything anyway. You need like a blower or something. Just
get a leaf blower and just blow it into a corner, and then get a shop vac and suck it up.
Right.
Amanda B says a high school drama project.
Perhaps.
I mean, the acting was, I would say, probably below high school drama project.
There was one.
Not as good as Steel Spirit, but
yeah, I know, right? There was one point I remember. I think I wrote it down that when the girl was, I think the guy was sitting on the trash can eating popcorn, and she was talking to him. She wasn't even looking at him. You could tell she was reading the cue card. You know.
Man, we should do a screening of Steel Spirit, like a watch along one time. Do you think Persh would strike the channel with a copyright claim if we did?
He might, yeah.
Maybe we'll invite him to join us.
Yeah.
Guys, would you like to see me and Dex playing hardened criminals, gangsters?
Yes, sir.
I'm the slowest drawing gangster.
And dying, wasn't it? Like the first says, like, Mark Poulton could just never die. You know?
I will not die.
Yeah.
Mark says, as someone who worked at a movie theater for many years, I can tell you these are exactly the type of people I work with.
There you go.
Yeah. Man, to be a little slow. Just getting hot just at that comment. Mark was watching the movie with rose-colored glasses. So it is a little slow. So the basis of it, the manager and the crew, they're staying late. The manager has to watch this new movie. They have to watch it, which is true, to make sure there's no like defects in the film, and they have to report back. So he invites the crew to stay late with him and watch the movie. They order some food. You get to meet all the members of the crew. We got the projectionist who pirates the movies and sells them illegally. We got the one girl who wants to invite her friend, and the manager lets her because she says the friend's hot. We got the other guy who I think he has a crush on the girl who's always sweeping the popcorn, and who just broke up with her
a little bit, and she started to bite a little bit.
Yeah, when she started to bite, he was oblivious, though.
Right, How about the manager? The manager's, like, I noticed he was always pissed. Like, he always had a scowl on his face, and he was never like happy at all. So
his coworkers, pester him to hire this hot girl that came in and filled out an application. And he was like, how hot? And they pulled up her Facebook, and he was like, I'll hire her immediately.
That's where I thought they were going, Mark, because I was like, this is going nowhere. Like, there's no kills. There's nothing happening except the fact that, they were talking about, movie theater life. But I was thinking, like, I thought maybe that girl was going to show up and be like a Velvet Rope character or something.
Yeah.
Then I would have been on the phone with the lawyers. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. So for the longest time, I thought it was the manager, because I was like, did he always disappear when maybe he was sick of this crew, and it seemed like he always disappeared when someone was getting killed. Like he would say, I'll be in my office or whatever. By the way, we got 52 people watching on X and YouTube. Go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're here usually on Sundays talking horror movies. We pick movies on Tubi that you can watch for free, and then we discuss them. Some of the finest cinema around. Last week was Rock the Pussy. This week, Midnight Screening. And then Wednesdays, we're here streaming. Dex, you're always welcome to join us. Revolution. We just talk about comics or whatever's on our mind. Catch you up to speed on all our projects.
Nice.
Amanda B says, the chubby guy said he forgot his drink but was filling up more popcorn and candy. bad editing, bad producing.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both.
Mark Penguin, Amanda B hates puppies, apple pie, and the Lord. Shake my head. Amanda B, I love puppies. I played with 2 of them today.
Nice.
Amanda B, apple pie is not my favorite. How dare you, Amanda B? What's your favorite pie, Dexter?
I'm apple pie, I would think.
Apple pie. Yeah. I like apple pie. I love a good pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Sweet potato pie, not bad.
You got to have vanilla ice cream with it, though. So
yeah, a Boston cream pie. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Mark Panger says, "Don't forget the suspicious, smelly drunk they kicked out." Yeah, the girl cleaning the theaters. She screams. She sees someone, and you think, "Oh, is there a dead body?" It was a drunk passed out.
Right.
So what's weird is he probably wasn't even there when they were filming the scene, because you see him in the chair and you see the manager, like you see the drunk's point of view. The manager stooped down, like telling him he has to get out. We never see the guy leave. They just watch him walk off. Apparently he leaves off screen.
Yeah. You could tell it was like a whole separate scene shot and everything.
But
what was the point of him? Because he really didn't add anything to the.
He was a red herring, Dex. He was a red herring.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing. Yeah, I guess. So.
We see him later wandering around the parking lot. The one worker's hot girlfriend shows up, and the minute she gets out of her car, she is killed.
What was the point? I mean, like, well, we didn't get to the end yet, but I'm just saying, like, the actual killer. Like, I didn't know what his motive was for that particular girl. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand he was mad at the other people, but.
And then, so the worker who invited the friend, she's the next who gets killed. She gets killed while she's, just hanging out, sitting on the candy counter.
That was the cleanest candy counter too. He was cleaning the shit out of that candy counter, man.
Man, I'll tell you what. I was waiting to see our friend Newt's name in the credits because it looked like a theater he worked in. It looked like where we filmed one of the Velvet Rope segments.
And it seemed like he's got writing, like I was thinking maybe he had
all the banter.
Yeah.
And it seems like parts that we had in the Velvet Rope screenplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Amanda B, did she get killed? There was no blood, no knife flashing. She got attacked.
Yeah.
Maybe he did. Maybe he just attacked her to keep her out of the theater because if she entered there, he was going to have to kill her.
Yeah, because all they show her is just screaming. That's it. And then they cut. So
Mark Penguin says he thinks he strangled her to death. Was there ever any blood? Yeah, there was blood. There was a beheading later on. And this, people were stabbed, and we saw blood around the wounds. But
they probably had one little pint of blood for the budget, and just used it, in those scenes.
So he kills the girl who invited her friend to the screening. At one point, the film breaks or shuts off something. So the projectionist, he has to run back up. He gets beheaded. That the beheading, that was their budget right there.
It was, but I mean, you know how hard it is to cut off a head. Like I would have like a knife. I mean, come on, man.
The killer was powered by anger, so
I guess so. People talking in the theater. So.
Yeah, Amanda B says they should have spread the kill scenes out more. I mean, they should have added one in the first half hour because the movie was slow. Then, so this is when it starts picking up. Then the manager gets hung with film.
Yeah,
and then we have 2 people left, and that's our romance. We have the chubby guy, and we have the girl who's always cleaning up the popcorn.
Right.
And they start flirting. They start playing tag in the theater. The chubby guy's chasing her around the theater, and then for some reason he just stops chasing her, and she's like, "Does this guy not get it?" He was like, "If you catch me, you can have me."
Right.
Wow. Where are her parents? Come on.
Yeah, what did he have stabbed in his chest? Was that the? Remember, he had something that stabbed in his chest. Was that the application of the hot chick? Or
oh yeah, he had the hot chicks application.
Is that what that was? Okay.
Attached to his chest. Yeah. Mark Pengren says, not as hard as you think, Dex, to cut someone's head off. Wow, Mark Pengren. Don't give the authorities too many clues, dude. There's going to be evidence one day.
Yeah, right.
Amanda B, tag when people are missing. Hey, man, it's that movie theater love, man.
Yeah, it's the youth.
Yeah, if you miss it, it's like fleeting. You might not catch it again. Who knows when she could meet the right guy again?
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't chase after her, so she goes to check up on him, and she finds him dead, stabbed with the application of the hot girl right on his chest. She freaks out. She's screaming. She's running for her life. And out of the shadows, who steps? It's the customer from earlier who complained that kids were talking during his movie, and he told them, he warned them. He said, if you don't handle this, you're not going to like the way I handle it.
Exactly.
And
now,
he handled it.
A date too? Wasn't he with his wife or a date?
He was with his wife. I guess he took his wife home afterwards and returned after closing. So yeah. I'll be back, honey. I have to go get some smoke.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, well, we didn't do it. We weren't the ones talking. He said, yeah, but you're the ones who didn't do anything.
Right.
And instead of telling those kids to shut up, the manager said, go do a head count in the theater. When they see us, they'll quiet down. So he never addressed the problem. And she was like, if you don't like people talking, why don't you wait for the movie to come out on DVD? Man, he's seething at this point. Yeah. He wants the movie experience. He's like, well, you're not like this. You'd rather stay at home now, I think, Dex, right? You got that.
Mark, I've been at the theater like 4 times in the past week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good for you, man.
Yeah, I'm going to the movie. I'm going Thursday. So
what was the last movie you saw in theaters?
What did I see last? Boy Kills World. It was the last
how was it?
I liked it a lot. It was very artistic, very stylized, very violent. Yeah, I dug it.
Sean and I saw Godzilla Kong. We both enjoyed that.
Yeah, I saw that when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw like Abigail, and I'm in the movies all the time, Mark.
Yeah.
So.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of Abigail, we'll talk about that in a second. Amanda B, he did say sinister things would happen.
Indeed, he did. Yes.
So he ends up killing the girl, and then he
like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
you're kind of right, Mark. As bad as people might think this was, it had some pretty cool moments.
Yeah, Amanda B checked out too early.
Yeah, she did, because it's always that final girl type thing.
Mm-hmm.
This sweet little girl, and she didn't make it. So
yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, we always have our final girl. Not this time. Everyone gets it, and he lines them all up in the row in the theater, and then he sits down next to them, and he's going to finally enjoy his movie. So he gets what he wants. Even the beheaded guy, the guy's head is in the popcorn bucket.
I love it. Kind of cool, yeah.
The one thing I wish we had saw, the killer actually wearing the popcorn bucket mask.
Right.
We always saw it through
the
point of view of the mask. Yeah. So not the best, but it had its charm. And I'm sorry I say that a lot, but I don't know. I think when you deal with these low budget films, maybe you do have to watch them with rose-colored glasses sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, another thing I had question was they had a lot of like you see some of the movie posters hanging up. I'm like, how they get away with it? Some of them were Disney. One was like
they probably don't even know
or don't care. But I'm thinking, you got to be careful with that stuff. I was surprised they used like
if they were smart, they would have did a Kickstarter or crowdfunder and said, hey, have your fake movie poster in our movie.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Look out for the boy from below too, with the Writhe Payne movie poster. In the video store coming soon.
There you go.
Well, we'll review that when it comes out. We'll talk that. Amanda B says this movie was artistic, not always a good thing.
Yeah, true.
Amanda B, Dad, he refilled his drink and popcorn before he left. Drop his ticket on the ground. Oh, did he? Did he refill his drink and popcorn before he left? Dropped his ticket on the ground. I don't know. That would be the final insult to him.
Exactly.
Mark Penguin, TMC is always the voice of reason. That's me, the moral compass, man. Yeah. I tell it like it is. Tell the truth. So there we go, man. Midnight screening. Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle.
It's in the middle for me. It had some cool, like when it started to finally pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say slightly. Yeah.
It's moving. The dial's moving. So
Mark Penguin, I think the movie they were screening is also a real horror indie movie.
Yeah, I was curious about that, like what they were watching too. So
was that a movie, like a horror movie that took place in a movie theater too? Because it looked like at one point there was like a box office window.
Yeah, could have been. It was only showing a couple scenes, and then you just hear it.
Man to be with another one of our hot takes. I'm beginning to think that TMC's opinions are sus. Everything is not good. Oh, who are you, Chris Graves? You might as well be Chris Graves right now. Now you're just being a Grinch, Amanda B. Amanda B, I didn't pick this movie. I did somewhat enjoy it. Mark Penguin picked this one. I picked the next movie. Dex, if you would like to pick the following week's movie.
Okay. Yeah.
But you mentioned the movie Abigail. That's the one where people take a kid hostage and it turns out to be a vampire, correct?
Yeah. I don't want to. I mean, there's some spoilers, but yeah, the big payoff in the end is pretty cool too. So.
Yeah, this one gave me Abigail vibes. It's another Tubi original. I feel like we've had success with them. This one is called Captive. I'm going to play the trailer right now.
So what's the plan this weekend?
I got a place we can use.
Where'd you learn how to do that?
YouTube. Welcome to Chateau Luke.
Hey, what about this?
Let's mess with some ghosts.
Is there someone here with us?
Please, help me.
Is that blood?
You ever dreamed of living a different life?
All the time.
What's stopping you? I want to offer you something.
What's
a new life. Luke and his friends don't deserve you. They don't understand you. You want more. I love you.
I know.
Still hungry?
Starved.
Oh my.
Looks good to me, man.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Like, even with Abigail, like,
yeah,
I think the trailers when they explain, like, they give it away. Like, in the movie Abigail, they should have never told you she was a vampire. You know what I mean? They could have still gave it. You know, it still would have been interesting. But once they told you that, it kind of takes away from the. So already the same thing in this movie. Like, oh yeah, there's somebody down in the basement. Like, yeah, now we are. You know, he's a vampire, but it still looks pretty good though. So.
Mark Penguin says, I think the movie they were screening is also a real horror indie movie. Oh,
yes.
Where are we? Oh, here we go. Mark says, no, it took place in a roller rink. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Amanda B says, they trimmed out the first 50 minutes of the movie. The last 20 minutes was decent.
20 minutes you missed.
That's where the action is.
Yeah, that's when it all got good. Yeah.
She doesn't know. So next week, Captive. Dex, you're welcome to pick the week following. So go scour Tubi for something.
I already got a couple lined up.
Awesome. Amanda B. Amanda B gave us a good pick last time. Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Amanda, if you want to give us some suggestions, feel free. I feel bad you're not enjoying this fine cinema that we watch every week. So we don't want to chase you away. You and Mark, the only ones that watch and show up every week. So, you can pick a movie and Mark can blame you at why he didn't like it.
Or hit you up on X or whatever, let you know, and then
Yeah, what was the movie that Mark didn't like? Because I know Mark usually loves the movies, but I remember there was one he didn't even finish watching, and I was so shocked.
It wasn't your robot maid, was it?
Oh no, Mark loves Maid Droid too.
Maid Droid. You got to remake that, Mark, or do a sequel or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get the comic rights to it, and I'll make Maid Droid the comic.
There you go.
Amanda B says, "Make it good, Dexter."
I got some lined up.
Amanda B says, "I like some, yeah, but lately it seems like you haven't been liking them. Although I think you liked Rock-to-Pussy. You just said it wasn't really a horror movie; it was more of a Hallmark movie."
It was, yeah.
Amanda B says this might be the second worst. Which was the first? What was the first?
Maid Droid.
No, how dare you?
I know she didn't like that either.
Oh, don't break my heart, Amanda B. Mark says, "What's not to forget?" She wanted to pick Air Buddies. Oh,
yeah.
Air Buddies. Come on, man. It's a puppy movie. I've seen Air Buddies. Oh, The Chair. I'll tell you what. No one liked The Chair.
Yeah, it was all
Chris Graves says, Mark likes everything. I liked Roddy Piper's performance in The Chair.
Right.
Hated The Chair. I thought that was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Chair. And that would make this week the third worst. Oh.
Another one?
Yeah, what else were we missing? So what else is there? Oh, yeah. The worst was the Mike McMahon pick where he didn't even show up. Oh, that was Pumpkins, wasn't it?
I didn't see that one. I don't think I was here for that one.
The first worst was the weird stereotype trope for the horror movies. I think I watched 10 minutes and shut it off.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Oh, was that comedy that we watched? Detention, I think it was called, or something. I don't know. Graves really liked it. Mike McMahon, the villain of the chat. Pumpkins. Terrible movie. Terrible. I think Pumpkins. I think I hated Pumpkins more than The Chair. Yeah.
Okay.
What was your least favorite, Tex?
I don't know. I'm kind of like you, Mark. Like, there's not much. I mean, I don't know. That's a good one. I can't even think of one that I didn't like the least. So.
Oh, Amanda B says she didn't mind Pumpkins. It wasn't good. And she says, yeah, that's the one, Detention. She didn't like Detention. I thought Detention was fantastic.
That was kind of cool. Yeah.
It was like well shot. Very, I know Amanda B hates the word artsy, but yeah. It was
was that the bear, the time machine bear? Yeah. I dug that movie. That was cool.
Well, I mean, it was a horror movie in the sense that we had a slasher, but it was a comedy, and it was a little weird comedy because it involved time travel.
Right.
It wasn't very realistic, but I enjoyed it, and it was I don't know, it was flashy. Mike says you're welcome. Ice pick. Yeah, the Detention one.
Yeah.
Detention. Yeah. Oh man, when I was at the record store, you know what I saw a soundtrack for as I was leaving, and I almost went back and bought it. Neon Maniacs on vinyl. Yeah. The album cover just looks so cool. What a missed opportunity for Neon Maniacs. It could have been so much cooler.
That could be one of my
least favorite.
Yeah, I don't know if I enjoyed that much.
I found the silver lining. It could have been cool. It had a lot of potential.
The characters, yeah, are
Yeah.
good. So, yeah.
But man, that'll do it. We talked an hour. Talked half of the show about Chicago and comic projects, and we spent almost a half hour talking about midnight screening. A lot of opinions on it, so that's good.
Yeah.
And guys, tune in next week. Go watch Captive, Tubi original. I think it looks pretty good. It stars Taylor Scout Compton, star of Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah.
So, it's got some names in it at least. Dex, anything you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
Oh yeah, just I'm finishing up a project I'm working on. The Beast of Blood should be coming out real soon.
Coming soon to Kickstarter, I guess, or Indiegogo. You haven't decided?
Be in Indiegogo, I believe.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, it's coming along real good. It's really has a lot of island monsters in it and everything. I think people will really dig it. So
awesome.
Got a tiki vibe. But yeah, if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, Dexter Weeks 6975, on Twitter, aka X at Dexter_art, and Facebook. You can just look up Dexter Weeks. I'm always posting new art and new projects and stuff.
Mike McMahon says The Taking of Deborah Logan is a great movie, and Amanda B says we don't believe you anymore, McMahon. You spurned her.
We're not taking no more Mike McMahon.
Yeah. Guys, you can find me on X and Instagram at Koni Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Go subscribe to my other channel, Blood Brothers with Sean Aaron. It's at Extreme Blood Brothers on YouTube. We talk all things Rob Liefeld over there. Only have a couple videos up right now, but we'll be adding more starting next month. Go check out, if you're in the Egg Harbor Township area, come to Free Comic Book Day at Level Up Entertainment. Me, Dex, Chase, Chris Graves, Sean Aaron, not Mike McMahon, sorry. Enrico Botta will all be there selling books, prints, giving away trading cards. So come check it out. It'll be a fun time.
It'll be fun.
And we'll be back this Wednesday for Revolution. Thanks for hanging out. Amanda B, thank you for sharing the links. We'll see you next time.
Take care.